Now let's look at exercise 21. It's on page 407 of your text. Here we're going to look at FIFO and LIFO again and actually calculating gross profit. So we've got this, assume that Models and More store bought and sold a line of dolls during December as follows. So we've got beginning inventory in this example. We made a sale, we made a purchase and a sale. Don't let this trip you up here. It says we sold 9 units at $20 each. That $20 right there, that's our sales price, okay? Because this is a sale. We're going to need that information to calculate gross profit. It is not used to calculate like cost of goods sold or the cost of our inventory because that's what we sold it for, okay? So try to not let that trip you up. So let's look at our worksheet. And this is for exercise 21. And we've got beginning inventory. So I'm just going to go in here and put in my beginning inventory. All right. This was at December 1st, I think. Let's take a look. So it was at December 1st. So I've got December 1st. And I'm just going to come over here to my inventory on hand and put what my beginning inventory was. We had 13 units at a cost of $11 each. So that gave me a total cost of $143. Okay, so that's my total cost right now. And we might need another column when we have more than one layer. So let's go ahead and add that in. All right, so then it said on December 8th, we made a sale. So we sold 9 units. And that's all we care about right now. So December 8th, we sold 9 units. So I'm going to go over here to cost of goods sold, and I'm going to sell 9 units. Oh, and this one we're using FIFO first. Okay, first in, first out. So we're using FIFO first. Now here it doesn't matter because we only have one layer of inventory. If the sale is going to be from just the first layer. Okay, units cost me $11 each, so $99. Okay, then now I've got the next item. We have to update our inventory. So we sold 9. That means that we have 4 left in inventory. They still cost us $11 each. So the total cost is $44. All right. And we might need another column in here too to do our total cost. All right. Then I'm going to come in here now. I've got December 14th. December 14th, it said we had a purchase, and we purchased 17 units for $13 each. So I purchased 17 units, on December 14th. They cost me $13 each. So my total cost is $221, 13 times the 17. And now I've got 2 layers of inventory. I still have the 4 at $11. So that's $44. Now I'll have the 17 that cost me $13 each, $221. So my total cost of this inventory is the sum of the 44 and the 221. So $265. All right. Then now I have on December 21st, it says that we had a sale and we sold 13 units. Well, if we're using first in, first out, I'm going to use up that first layer of inventory first. So I'm going to sell the 4 units that cost me $11 each first. So that's $44. Then the rest of that to get to 13 units, the 9 units, are going to come from the ones that cost me $13 each. Okay, so my total cost of that one's $117. So the total cost of this sale is the 44 plus the 117. So total cost is $161. So that leaves me 8 units on hand that cost $13. 8 times 13 is $104. Okay, so I've got 8 units on hand at a cost of $104. I bought 17 units for $221. And I still sold 22 units, and it cost me a total of $161 plus 99, a total of $260. All right. Now, they want us to calculate gross profit here. So to calculate gross profit, we need to know what our net sales are. Okay, here we don't have returns and allowances or any discounts, so it's just going to be gross sales. And then to calculate it, we take out less cost of goods sold, and that's how we calculate gross profit. Okay. So to calculate our sales, okay, we want to know what the sales revenue is. We take the number of units we sold, or in this case it's dolls, times the sales price per doll, okay? So we know we sold a total number of $22, right? We have up here we sold $22. So we sold 22, and based on our information they gave us, we sold them each for $20, okay? We sold them for $20 each. So 22 times $20, that's going to give us our total for sales revenue, which is $440, okay? So $440 is my sales. My cost of goods sold is what I calculated right here, my total right there, $260. So my total gross profit for this these transactions using the FIFO is $180. All right, $180 for FIFO. Now we're going to do the same thing for LIFO. So I'm going to do the same thing for LIFO. Well, my beginning balance and that first sale are going to be the same, and same thing for that purchase. Okay, so all of those things are going to stay the same because it's not going to change until we get down, have more than one layer of inventory and make a sale. Okay, so everything's the same. What's going to change is on that December 21st, when we sell those 13 units, now we're using LIFO, last in, first out. So here we have to go from the bottom layer of our inventory. So all 13 units are going to be made up of that we sell are going to be from the ones that cost us $13. So our total cost for that transaction is going to be $169. Okay, so when we totaled this up, we still purchased 17 for $221. We still sold 22 units, but now our total cost of goods sold is $268. All right, and when I update my inventory, now I still have the 4 inventory that cost $11 each, and now out of the 17, I only got 4 of those units left at $13. So they cost me $52, and my total inventory is $96. So that's what's left in my inventory. So I still have 8. I have those 2 layers of inventory, which equal 8 units, but the total cost is $96 now. Okay, so let's calculate gross profit down here for using LIFO as well. So I'm going to take my sales revenue less cost of goods sold, and that's going to give me gross profit. Well, I still sold 22 at $20, so my net sales are going to be the same, my sales revenue. But now my cost of goods sold is different using LIFO. So now if I calculate my gross profit using LIFO, it's 172 versus 180 for FIFO. Okay, so this is just showing you how this cost, how we decide to report and record the costs. While all these methods are acceptable by GAAP, they can change the numbers on our financial statements, change what the balance on the balance sheet is and what the gross profit is. There's nothing wrong with that. We just have to be consistent in the application of which method we're choosing to apply. Okay, so LIFO gives us a higher gross profit. And if the weighted average is in between, we would expect the gross profit for weighted average, if we did it, to be in between these two. Okay, so let's see, requirement 3, what are they asking? So they were asking which one results in a higher cost of goods sold. So higher cost of goods sold is LIFO results in a higher cost of goods sold, okay? And then the requirement 4, they were asking what results in a higher cost of ending inventory. So FIFO results in a higher ending inventory. See, if we look at this, so cost of goods sold is higher for LIFO, and then FIFO has a higher ending inventory than LIFO, okay? Then the last requirement, they were asking which one results in a higher gross profit, and that was our FIFO, because it was 180 versus 172. So FIFO results in a higher gross profit, okay? So if you have any questions over LIFO or FIFO, send me an email or post your question in the Chapter 6 questions discussion board, okay?